glad to see you with another live session. So okay. Right. So in this class we are going to discuss about the classes. So what are classes and why do we have to learn about the classes? Actually, what does class mean and what are the integral parts of a class? Along with them, so what are the other parts within a class? These things are going to be discussed today. Right? Have you all understood this? So these things are going to be discussed. So while discussing all these things, just we will go through different kinds of examples. Right, okay. So while discussing all these things, just we will go through different kinds of examples. Yeah, very good morning everybody, good morning, right? Okay, right. So in this session we are going to discuss all the parts of class analysis. So what is class analysis? First thing you have to question yourself. Actually, what is class analysis? So if we understand what is class analysis, then we will know that the topic that we are going to discuss, whether it is useful or not. Right? So until we don't question ourselves, we don't know whether it is what is the things that we are going to learn or in what way it is to be useful. So whether is it useful or not, we have to go through. Right? Got my point, everybody? Okay? Right. Nice. Very nice. So class analysis. So bottom of that there is a title. See, once you have to look at that. So what was given there? Class analysis. Let's go to know where our knowledge is now. So where in the sense here you would like to know, or I would like to know, or if we know ourselves, where have we been? So we will understand more things. And first and foremostly, not only you or me, so everyone must know that where we have been. So if we don't know where have we been, so everyone must know that where we have been. If we don't know where have we been, we thought that always yes we are the perfect one, or we are in a perfect stage. We ourselves just always keep on motivating us. But whether it is wrong or right, we don't mind it, right? So very nice of you all, very nice of you all. So today most of you are joined, right? Very nice, right? Let us start the class. Right? What is a class? So before going to know about these classes, first just you have to recall the word or the term sentence. So how many of you know the sentence? Mostly everybody knows it. So sentence means nothing but a group of words, right? A group of words, we call it as a sentence. A group of letters, we call it as a word. Group of words together, we call it as a sentence, right? So a sentence. See, in the sentence, I told here group of words. The combination of group of words, we call it sentence. As the sentence is the combination of group of words, so you see there, but those group of the words has to be classified, whether it is a subject or predicate, right? So we have to think about the sentence, right? If a sentence consists of or contains a subject and predicate, we call that sentence as a clause. So have you understood that? So just you may comment what is a clause. It's you can say simply, so clause means nothing but the combination of a subject and a predicate. The combination of a subject and predicate, we call it as a clause, right? So here, as we came across two terms, subject and a predicate. Subject and predicate. As we came across two terms, we have to understand what is actually subject. Subject of a sentence. Do you know subject of a sentence? Do you know subject of a sentence? Subject and predicate. So what is subject? So we are well versed with the subject, right? Subject means nothing but a noun or pronoun that is used before the verb. Or in another words, we can say subject means nothing but the responsible person of an action. It's not if we say responsible person of an action, that's not a correct actually. Yes. Either noun or pronoun is called as subject. Either noun or pronoun that is used before the verb, we call it as a subject. We have to say like that. Right? Did you understand that? Okay. So here either subject or predicate. Either subject or predicate. Okay, here subject, you know that. So what? So subject we know. Subject means the responsible person, or sometimes a receiver of the action. Sometimes a receiver of the action. So we may say as a subject. In simple terms, it means a noun or pronoun that is used before the verb. In a sentence, before verb, if there is a noun or pronoun, either noun or pronoun, we call it as a subject. And the next term is a predicate. What is predicate? So just I'll show you what is predicate. The verb part, or else except subject in a sentence, except subject, the rest of part we call it as a predicate, right? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Right. Very good. Someone commented. Right. Very good, Teja. So predicate means nothing but verb plus something. Yes. Verb plus something. Here something in the sense, in something place we can use an object, adjective, adverb, or some additional clauses like that. Yes. So predicate. Now have you understood what is? Now see, actually why have we been discussing about the predicate part? As we are learning about the clause is the combination of a subject and predicate. That is why we have discussed about subject. What is a subject? Subject means nothing but, yes, either noun or pronoun that is used before the verb in a sentence. And what is a predicate means in a sentence, except subject, the rest of part we have to call as a predicate. Right? Got my point, everybody? So this is, so for this there is an example. See here, Behara sir teaches English. In this sentence, see there, Behara sir teaches English. In this sentence, Behara sir is a subject, teaches is a verb. So here the teaches is a verb, right? See here we can say here teaches, it is a verb, so that it's a verb. So except this and the rest of, see we can say here this one Behara sir, it's a subject, right? It's a subject. Okay, so did you understand, everybody? So subject to, so except subject. So suppose if we take just if we have to think of it, except this part. See the part which I have kept in a rectangular shape. So except that part, the rest of part we call it as a predicate. Right? Have you all understood this? Okay. Predicate, subject and predicate. Right. So a sentence which is the combination of which is the combination of a subject and predicate, we have to call it as a class. So now can anybody say what it is? So now Behara sir teaches English. Now what is this sentence? Behara sir teaches English. Is it a class? Is it a class? Yes, it's a class because it is the combination of both subject and predicate. Right? Are you all getting my words today? Because right from the beginning, I have been teaching completely in English, right? Right. Today I decided to teach completely in English. So no Telugu words, but I will try to reach you. Though it is in English, I'll try to reach you. Right? Okay. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, let me tell you. Okay. Right. Okay. See, next one, see the subject sentence, right? In this sentence, see, our business is a subject, offers discount rates, it's a predicate. So by this example we can conclude, or by this time we will be clear, very clear. So except subject, the rest of part in a sentence we call it as a predicate. Okay, so except subject, the rest of part we call it as a predicate. So the subject within a sentence we call it as a subject. Right? Have you all understood what is subject and what is predicate? Right? See, if you don't understand what is subject, what is predicate, you may not understand the class. Right? So if there is or if a sentence consists of a subject and a predicate, we call that sentence as a clause. Right? Have you all understood this? Okay, I'm moving. So here, under the subject place, we may use either noun or pronoun before the verb. And in the predicate part, we may use verb, adjective, adverb, objective pronouns, like these all things. So we will discuss about all these things in our next classes elaborately. Right? Actually, this class is about clauses analysis. First, tell me, what does analysis mean? Do you know? Does anybody know analysis? Analysis means, see, there are n number of synonyms I have given you. See, examination or investigation. See, anatomy, breakdown, scanning, scrutiny, interpretation, test, assay, or dissection. So these are all nothing but synonyms of analysis. So simple way we can say, so synonym analysis means nothing but segregation. Simple way we can say segregation. Okay, right, segregation, very good. Or still, if we want to say in a simple terms, it is nothing but division. Okay, class analysis means nothing but class division, classes division. Okay, whether is it a main class or subordinate class, or whether it is a noun class, adverb class, adjective class. Okay, today we are going to discuss all these things. Right? Are you all comfortable today? Are you all comfortable today? Just put S as a comment. If you are very comfortable, just put S as a comment. Okay, right, this is about, right, let me tell you. Segregation. So to classify or to segregate, suppose if there is a class which consists of 10 students. Out of 10 students, 6 members are girls, 4 members are boys. So by their physical features, we can divide the class as boys and girls. So in an English language, if we wanted to divide, or if we want to divide a class, or if we want to segregate a class, or if we want to analyze a class, so what is the main base? See, what the main base is finite verb. See, what determines the number of classes? That means what makes us clear, what makes us sure to segregate or to do the class analysis means that is finite verb. Finite verb. Right. So what is finite verb? See here, finite verb. How many of you know the finite verb? Does anybody know finite verb? So some people it is generally pronounced by some people as a like finite verb, and some people would say it's a finite verb. Okay, but actually the accepted pronunciation is finite verb. Right? Did you understand this? Yes, very nice, very nice. Right? Are you all comfortable? Nobody kept acid so. Okay, so we will discuss every part. See, if we come across any term, every term will be discussed over here. Each and every term we will discuss here. Right, very nice, very nice. Yes. Okay, right, let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you. So if we know the finite verb, we can say how many clauses are there? How many clauses are there? Did you understand, everybody? See, right, while analyzing a class, we have to understand first what is class. Class means nothing but it's a combination of a subject and predicate. And the next one, subject and predicate combination, we call it as we called as a subject. We have to know what is subject. Subject means nothing but responsible person of an action or receiver of the action, which is used as a either noun or pronoun before the verb. And what is predicate? Predicate means nothing but except subject in the given sentence or in any sentence. We call it as a predicate. Right? So far we have discussed them. And while analyzing the sentence, so what plays a vital role means finite verb plays a vital role. So it determines how many number of clauses that we have in a given sentences or in given paragraphs or in given essay. Yeah, very good. Right, I'll tell you. Okay, we have two types. Whether do we have two types or not, I'll tell you all those things. Right, okay? Right, let me tell you. Let me go ahead. Right, see there. First, everybody has to understand what is a finite verb. So, mostly it's a finite, it's not finite. Even I'm also pronouncing like finite. So, some people would pronounce it is as a finite, some people would pronounce as a okay, mostly acceptable one. Okay, what is finite verb? Finite verb means does anyone have idea regarding finite verb? Does anyone have idea about finite verb? Finite verb means nothing but a verb which cannot be used without changing its form in all the times. In simple words, so to make you better understanding, in simple words, we may say like this, right? A verb which cannot be used without changing its forms, without changing the verb in all the times. Such kind of verb we call it as a finite verb. Suppose example, if we take an example, I eat food. I eat food yesterday. I eat food tomorrow. In these three sentences, I use eat as a verb, but out of these three sentences, only one sentence is correct, but rest of two sentences wrong because of the form that I used. Right? Got my point, everybody? So that is it. It is a simple narration. So on the screen, what was given there? See the what is a finite verb? Finite verb. See, a finite verb shows agreement with the subject. So it is to agree with the subject as well as it is to agree with the time of the sentence. So that is what, see the I love paradise. See, finite forms of the verb love. So love is a verb here. So here the love, the verb in the first sentence I used here in the over the screen, it was used like here, I love paradise. And when it comes to the second part, so she loves paradise. But here the love, here the verb, it was added with a s as a suffix because there is an agreement. If the subject is he, she, it, the base form of the verb has to be added either s or es. So that's an agreement. So according to that agreement, if we use she love paradise, that's a wrong one. That means here we are not able to use love as a verb in the second sentence as we use in the first sentence. If we use the form of the verb without changing its form in the next example, then it is going to be wrong. So by this we can conclude what is a finite verb means. It's a form of the verb which cannot be used without changing its form in all the times. So if we want to use a verb according to its time or according to its subject, it has to be changed, or it has to be it has to be made some changes, right? Did you understand, everybody? Are you all getting my words? Just put as a comment. Nobody put comment over here. Okay, Tanmay, are you listening? Right? Have you all understood what is finite verb? Right. Where is Kalyani? Okay. Just I asked Kalyani. Kalyani very next kept comment. Right, very good. Dhanush, you left Trivikram, man. You did not make him join. What is he doing? Koteswar Rao. Yeah, who is this? Hi. Okay, let it be. Very good. So Megan, everybody is listening. Well. Okay, right. So have you understood, all of you, what is finite verb? What is finite verb? Did you understand, everybody? And why have we discussed about the finite verb also? You have to understand. First thing here, we try to learn about the class. Class is nothing but the combination of subject and predicate. So as it is the combination of subject and predicate, we have to understand what is subject. Subject means responsible person. Yeah, someone. Okay. Yeah, let it be. This is Joycey, sir. Joycey. Who is Joycey? Yeah, very nice of you. Okay. So what is subject means? Responsible person of an action or receiver of the action. See, either noun or pronoun we consider as a subject if it is used before the verb in a sentence. And next one we have discussed about the predicate. Predicate means nothing but except subject in any sentence, the rest of part we call it as a predicate. So the combination of both subject and predicate we call it as a class. So in class analysis, or to know how many classes are there, or to know what kind of class is it, or to know what kind of class was the given example, we have to understand the finite verb. So what is finite verb means? So far we discussed a form of the verb which cannot be used without changing its form. Further, so there are 3 examples. These 3 examples, if you understand, you can understand well. See, I love paradise, she loves paradise, and see, Pop loved paradise. So there are different changes, see, in these 3 sentences. Okay, right. In the same way, here these 3 sentences we can say, I love paradise to reach, she loves paradise to reach, Pop loved paradise to reach. In these 3 examples, I use to reach without changing. So such kind of verb, that means a verb which can be used without changing its form in all the times, we call it as a non-finite verb or non. So did you understand what? So regarding, see, the verb, say non-finite verb, so does not act as a verb in a sentence, but is a noun. It acts as a noun. So non-finite verb, it doesn't act as a verb, but it acts as either noun or adjective or adverb. So that is the first point. And when it comes to second point, the non-finite verbs are opposite to finite verbs, which is not actually. It does not represent any tense or formation. So it's say it doesn't bother about the time, it doesn't bother about the subject, doesn't bother about the whatever the words that are used or followed before the verb, right? So it may be a subject, it may be a subject, sometimes it may be a subject, and it may be an adjective, sometimes it may be an adverb. So the second point, see that regarding non-finite verb, non-finite verbs are opposite to the finite verb. Those are opposite to the finite verb, which is not actually. Okay, we should not say these are opposites. So here in terms of its functioning, we may say these are nothing but opposite to finite verb. Okay, so it doesn't represent any tense and information, right? So did you understand everybody so far? Okay, so right, see, regarding non-finite verb, I would like to give some examples. See, sailing is my favorite sport. Sailing is my favorite sport. Here sailing, S-A-I-L-I-N-G, sailing is my favorite sport. So here is is a verb, and before the verb is the word S-A-I-L-I-N-G, sailing. It's a non-finite verb. Okay, but as it was followed by ing form in the non-finite verb, it is to be called as a gerund. So did you understand, all of you? So these things, regarding these things, we are going to have next sessions about the non-finite verbs. So we are going to have a non-finite session. So in the non-finite verb session, you may learn all these things. So have you seen these examples? The dancing floor is shining. So these are the examples which I have shown on the screen. These are some examples of non-finite verbs. So here non-finite verbs discussion is not our part here. So here our part is to discuss about the class and its types, and further we have to enable ourselves to classify the classes. So this is our ultimate aim of this session, right? Did you understand, everybody? Right, see that the difference I have shown both the finite and non-finite verbs on the screen. Yeah, I will explain. Regarding gerund, I won't explain here. I told here regarding gerund, I won't explain here. Non-finite, regarding complete non-finite part, we'll have. Okay, it must be, the sentence must be good in construction. So if it is to be good in construction, you have to use proper determiners, you have to use proper verb form, and you have to use proper clauses or phrases, and you have to use proper non-finite verbs. See, if you are able to use all these in a drifting way, then your writing will be excellent. There is no doubt at all. Right? Got my point, everybody? Have you understood, everybody? Okay. Regarding, so as we are discussing about the clauses here, I'm going to explain regarding non-finite verbs in another session. Right? We will have an excellent session regarding non-finite verbs. Okay, right? See, let me differentiate what is a finite verb and what is a non-finite verb. See, the finite verb, a verb that is limited by the number of its subject, of the tense, of the person. So finite verb, it is generally affected by the number, the subject, okay, or subject, or its time. It will be affected. It will be generally affected, right? But whereas, see that so whereas a non-finite verb, switch on light, whereas non-finite verb, see that whereas non-finite verb, so that is not limited by the subject, not limited by the the time of a sentence, it is not limited by the person, right? In simple way we can say that, see, if a verb is affected by its subject, or it's in the sense the sentence subject or the sentence's time, then the verb will be called as finite verb. If the verb of a sentence, it is not affected by the subject, it is not affected by the time of the sentence, then we may say that verb is a non-finite verb. Right? Did you understand that? Did you understand, everybody? Say yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Did you understand this? Okay. So may I move forward? May I move forward? So nobody is responding today. Okay. Right. See, let me discuss in this class. In this class analysis, first we have to understand what is the class. It's not class. So there were also these were there are some sentence construction mistakes. Okay, let it be. Okay, right, we have to call it. So look at this. See there. Types of classes. Right, am I audible to all? So is it legible? Is it everything clear to you all? Yes. Okay. Right. What are the types of classes? See there. In English language, we have two types of classes. Those are, the first one is either main or independent class. And the second one is subordinate or independent. It's not independent, dependent class. Right? So there are two types of classes. One is either main or independent class. Second one is subordinate or dependent class. Okay? Right, see, even if we look into the further classification, in the main class there is no further classification, but whereas in the subordinate class there is a further classification. So they are noun classes, adjective classes, adverb classes. So I am going to discuss about the classes very deep and elaborately today, tomorrow in these live sessions. Okay, I am going to close by 2-3 sessions. These are all complete live analysis. Right? Did you understand this? Okay, right, let it be. So next I'll tell you. Okay, let me go ahead. What is main class? First let me explain the first one. First type of classes is okay. So first type of class is main class or independent class. Right? Did you understand this one? Right. Okay. Regarding this, I'll tell you one example. See there. I have shown you an example. Okay. I like bananas. So as here I like bananas, in this sentence I is the subject, like bananas is the predicate. As this sentence is the combination of subject and predicate, we may call it as a main class. So main class, it itself can express some meaning without taking any linker support. So see there. So I like bananas is a main class. Right? Did you understand main class? Okay. Okay, then next. Okay, we'll go through. See the next part. See the what is main class. See, main class also called as a principal class. So even main class is being generally called as a principal class or independent class. So you need not to get confusion over here. So whether it is a principal class or a independent class or main class, these are nothing but a sentence which consists of subject and predicate, and the sentence itself can provide a piece of information or complete information without taking any linker support, any another parts of the sentence formation. Such kind of class we call it as a main class. Right? Did you understand all of you this? Okay. Right, we will come to that. Right, are you all listening my word? Today, as I switched into complete English language, you people become very stone, in a, what is that, in a stationary state. You people have been as a stationary state. Okay, right, very good. Now have you all understood? Now can anybody say what things so far have we discussed? We have discussed about the class, first thing. And it's the class is the combination of both subject and predicate we have discussed. And what is subject we discussed, what is a predicate we have discussed. And then next, in classifying or in analyzing a sentence, okay, it's consist of how many clauses. Okay, to analyze we have to know about its finite verb. So regarding finite verb we discuss, and not only finite verb, even non-finite, regarding non-finite verbs we have discussed, right? So once completion of all this, right? So once completion of all this, again we came to types of clauses. Under the types of clauses, we have come to the first part of main class, or even this main class is also called as nothing but we call it as a principal class or independent class. Okay, right? See the what regarding independent class or principal class or main class. See there is a small description over the screen. See an independent class can stand alone as a sentence. Yes, as Anshita commented, a sentence which can provide complete meaning. Yes, it itself, without taking any without taking any another parameters. So such kind of a sentence we call it as a class. As the sentence itself is providing complete information, we may consider that's a main class or independent class or principal class. Okay, see the secret of life is honesty. The secret of life is honesty. So what is honesty? The secret of life, right? So here secret of life is the subject, is and honest is a predicate. Honest is a predicate. So as this sentence itself is providing a piece of information to us, we may say this is an assertive. It's not, it is a principal class. Okay, see if we take another example which has been, see if you can fake it, you have got it made. What is have got mean? Have got, Arfa, do you know what is have got mean? Joycey, do you know Joycey? Joycey, do you know what is have got mean? Right, nobody is responding. I'm expecting a reply from your side. Okay, right, okay. So let us see next thing. this we have discussed what is independent and what is principal clause, all these things. Okay, and so while discussing all this, it is easy to do because the principal clause is how to find the principal clause. Everyone is expected to break up the right. We can break up by shoes. Right, okay. Right, see there. On the screen, there is something. Have got is nothing but no. Have got is, it's not got actually. Got mean, so either have got or has got, had got. We generally say, right, I eat, but foreigners would say I do eat. I do eat. They would say the screen. See, there are two examples. How to segregate here the sentence? How to go sentence? See there. Discuss about the sentence. She picks me up, and next one is mom. There is a screen. So on the screen, if we look at the screen, say first thing is she picks me up. Okay, she picks me up. She picks me up, and mom is talking me. So mom is taking me to buy shoes. There are two sentences. These two sentences we have to understand like this. So what is she picks me up, a sentence, and mom is taking me to buy shoes. These are the two sentences. But whereas these two sentences, see, the sentence which is in, what color is it? Is it pink color?
Brown color.
It's not brown color, it's pink color, right? So within the pink color, because the sentence itself can provide information without using any. So that is why mom is taking me to buy shoes. That's the main class. But whereas she picks me up, it's a sentence. It is used by after. So it was used by a linker, so that this sentence we may call as a subordinate clause or dependent clause. Right? Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So suppose, see there, if we look at the other example, see, I first met her in Paris, where I lived as a small child. So right, see, in this sentence, a sentence which provide incomplete information is called subordinate clause or dependent clause. Okay, it's not, we should not. Right, right, Anshita, you have kept a comment over here. It is not complete information. In simple way, we can say that, see, a sentence which can provide a piece of information, and as well as a sentence which can be used without having any linkers. Okay, it doesn't say that. It itself can provide a piece of information, whereas in some sentences, yes, very good. Okay, so let me tell you next one. Okay, so in the second sentence, either I first met her in Paris, where I lived as a small child. Where I lived as a small child. If we look at the sentence itself, except the first, I first met her in Paris. So we may not able to understand the meaning of it, as well as we may not able to, see, we are not able to. It's not we may not. We are not able to, predict it. What does it mean? Right. Okay. Still you have to make your understand simple terms. I'll tell you. Just listen. What is main clause means? So it's a sentence which is used without any linker. But whereas a sentence which is used with some linkers are nothing but conjunctions. Those conjunctions are also some types of conjunctions are there. Coordinate conjunctions, subordinate conjunctions, like this. Okay. So by conjunctions, if there is any sentence that is used with any linker, we call that as a independent clause. or a class which is used without the help of any linker, we call that class is a independent class. So dependent key, independent difference, that is right. Okay, so did you understand this? Did you understand, everybody? Right. So when it comes independent class is only one type, that is nothing but just it's a sentence which is the combination of subject and predicate, that's it. But whereas independent class means it's that is independent, and dependent class means the dependent class, it is generally a sentence but it is always used by one of the linkers. It is generally used by one of the linkers. Without having linkers, it itself cannot be sustained. Okay, right. Such kind of class we call it as a dependent class. But under the dependent class there are three types. They are noun class, adjective class, and adverb class. Adjective class, noun class, adjective class, and adverb class. Now have you understood, everybody? So now have you understood what is the difference? Say yes, sir. If you are clear, say yes. Make it fast. Right, okay. So let me go ahead. And the first one, see that. So noun class, adjective class, adverb class. So these are nothing but subordinate clauses or dependent clauses. Subordinate clauses or dependent clauses. Very good. These are nothing but subordinate clauses or dependent clauses. Okay, let us discuss about the noun class. So in this class we are going to discuss about the noun class, right? So do you know, so is noun class an independent class? See, my question, have you heard? Is noun class a independent class? Is noun class a independent class or dependent class? You people are not answering. Is noun class a independent class or dependent class? As noun class is the subcategory of dependent clauses, then noun class we have to consider it as a independent class. Yes, it's a dependent class, not independent. It's a dependent class. Okay, even the dependent class are also called as subordinate class. Okay, we may say as a subordinate class too. Right, very good. Okay, let us discuss about the noun class today. Okay, let's learn what is a noun class. It's not class, so spelling mistake. And what are the functions of noun class? Now let us discuss what is noun class, right? And what is the functions of noun class? That means noun class, in what way noun class works, right? So far have you understood? Right, so far what have I discussed? So far I have discussed what is a class. Class is the combination of subject and predicate. So what is subject? Subject means responsible person of the action or receiver of the action. It is used generally by using either noun or pronoun as a it is used as an either noun or pronoun before the verb, then we call it as a subject. And what is predicate means? So what is predicate means? The verb part of a sentence, that means except subject. In a sentence, except subject, the rest of part we call it as a predicate. Right, then next we have to go through types of clauses. So a sentence which contains a subject and a predicate and it itself can provide complete information, we call it as an independent clause. Whereas a sentence which may contain or may not contain subject to predicate, sometimes it has to be, actually if there is no subject and predicate, that's not considered as a subject. But it is, if it is used with one of the linkers, then we call it as a dependent clause. But under the dependent clause are again three types. Those are noun class, adjective class, adverb class. Now we are discussing about the noun class. So what is noun class and what are the functions of noun class? Okay, right? Have you all understood? Right? Let us see. So what things are expected from your side? So by now it's clear that a noun class is one of the three subordinate clauses or coordinate clauses. It does the work of noun. As a rule, every student should remember that in noun class, noun class explains or answers. So what is the main function of noun class means? It answer or explain a verb or a noun in the following cases. So what are the functions of noun class? So first before going to know about it, first we have to know what is noun class. See, the noun class is a subordinate class that is used as a noun within a main class of a sentence. So a noun class is generally used within the main class as a noun, right? Suppose example, say what you did is correct. Example, what you did is correct. So what you did. So your noun class, in the noun class there will be subject and verb, but the subject and verb together we use it as a noun or we use it as a subject or object, right? So what is noun class means? Noun class means nothing but this is also subject and verb combination only, but this subject and verb combination we use either as a subject or object. So being a noun it is used, so that is why it is called as a noun class. See here, before going to call it as a class, you must know that the class means it must have subject and a predicate. So if it doesn't have subject and predicate, then it itself should not be called as a class. So as we are talking about the noun class, it must contain subject and predicate, but it has to be functioned as a noun. So if there is a class and that functions as a noun, or that is used either in the subject place or object place in a sentence to function or to work as a noun in a sentence, we have to call that class as a noun class, right? Have you understood this? Let's see, the noun class is a subordinate class that is used as a noun within the main class or a sentence, right? Then next, see that you can use a noun class as a subject. So here we can use noun class as a subject or a direct object or indirect object or an object of a preposition. So we may use a noun class like a subject or an object of a preposition like this. Say example, see that one example was given over here. Whoever wins the election will speak. Whoever wins the election. In this sentence you have to look at the sentence. See that whoever wins the election. So this is subject and predicate, right? See that this is subject and predicate now, and but this complete sentence you have to say this is a class, but in this class, see, will speak is a predicate. Before this predicate, the total sentence it acts as a subject. So but this is a class, but it acts as a subject for the predicate will speak. So therefore whoever wins the election is considered as a noun phrase. As a noun phrase. Did you understand, everyone? Did you understand this? So today you people become too passive today, right? Very passive today. Right? Have you all understood what is noun class? Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, very good. Okay, let me go ahead. So even see that even I have presented on the screen by circling and writing something. So see, whoever wins the election will speak. Here will speak is the predicate. For the predicate, whoever wins the election, this is a subject. So therefore, therefore we call it as a, see, therefore we call whoever wins the election is a, it's a class. But when we look into the internal segregation, whoever wins, whoever is the subject wins the election is the predicate. So subject and predicate part together is, we call it as a class. So but this class in the sentence, whoever wins the election will speak. For the total sentence, it acts as a subject. Therefore, it's a, as it is a class, we have to say it is a noun class. Right? Did you understand this, everyone? Okay, I'll go ahead. Right? Regarding this, some more examples. See, the reporter will do whatever is required to get an interview. The reporter will do. The reporter will do. In this sentence, so in this sentence we have to see again here. See, in this sentence we have to see here. Right, see the, here whatever is required to get an interview. See the underlined part. Whatever is required to get an interview. So this total part, it's a class, but it is used as a, you know, though it is a class, it is used as a, see, I have kept them in within the bracket. It is used as an object. That means it functions. That means it functions as a noun in the sentence. So therefore, whatever is required to get an interview is a noun class. Right? Have you all understood what is noun class? So, okay. Right. So I don't want to tell you for the last example. That means for this example, say in this example, a news story should begin with whatever gets the reader's attention. In this sentence, tell me what is a noun class? In the last sentence, tell me what is noun class? A news story should begin with whatever gets the reader's attention. In this sentence, what is noun class? Right. So, as you people are not responding, even I only will go ahead. Right, see, in this sentence, the letters which has been printed, see, which has been printed in green color, or see, the sentence which I have encircled. The sentence which I have encircled, this is a noun class. First line, it's not first line. See, a new story should begin. You have to understand, Danush. See there, here you have to understand like this. One thing, the first thing is, see, here a new story, it's a subject. Should begin, it's a verb. So it's a subject. And the rest of, this is totally as an object. But in object, there is a subject as well as predicate part. As there is a subject and a predicate part, we have to consider. But in this sentence, whatever, it is a subject and gets the reader's attention. This is an object. So it's a class. Whatever gets reader's attention. That's correct. Nicely. Correct answer. Right? Right. Have you all understood now? Noun class? All of you, have you all understood noun class? Okay. Say yes, sir. Everybody say yes, sir. If you understand, say yes, sir, everyone. And not only that, everyone must say yes, okay, Anshita, okay, Dhanush, okay, Nicey, okay. Rest of keep comment. Rest of all of you keep comment, yes, okay, Kalyani, okay. So, right, make up. Next one, Teja, Joycey. Say all of yes, very good. sir, can we have two predicates in only one sentence? So actually two predicates we need not to have. Predicate means, what is predicate means? Predicates means verb plus something. At the starting someone commented, see what is predicate means? Predicate means verb plus something. In the something you can use. How many non-finite verbs would you like to use? You can use it. Okay, but finite verbs you should not use. But though you use finite verbs, only possible only one thing. Right? Whatever he thinks and decides, whatever he thinks and decides is correct. Whatever he thinks and decides is correct. So we can use only possibly two. But when it comes to the non-finite verbs, you can use n number of non-finites. That must make complete sense. That must make complete meaning. Okay? Right, very nice of you. Right, have you all understood today? So actually I thought of continuing, but you people are not responding. So that I'm planning to wind up the program today. Okay, may I close it? Right. Okay, once let me sum up so far what have we discussed. Right, so far we have discussed about noun. Okay, first thing we have discussed about the clause. Clause means nothing but it's a combination of subject and predicate. Even later we discussed about the subject. What is subject means? It is nothing but responsible person of an action or receiver of the action, which is used as a either noun or pronoun before the verb. And then next we have discussed about the predicate. Predicate means nothing but the verb part, or else easily we can say, right, after the sentence, in a sentence after the subject, the part which we have, we can call it as a predicate. Right, while defining, while determining or while classifying how many clauses a sentence has or a paragraph have, we have to go through a finite verb of the sentence. So what is finite verb means? Nothing but a verb, see, which may be affected or which may not be used without changing its form in all the times. Such kind of verb we may call it as a finite verb. Whereas non-finite verb we can use its form without changing its form in all the time. Such kind of verb we may call it as a non-finite verb. So right, and then next we have discussed about the types of clauses. There are two types of clauses. One is independent clause, second one is dependent clause. Independent clause means a sentence or a clause which has a subject and a predicate. By the sentence itself, if it is able to provide some piece of information, we may call it as a main clause or independent clause. But whereas a sentence or a clause which is used with a linker to provide a piece of information, because it itself cannot provide a piece of information, so such kind of clauses we call it as independent clause. But under the independent clause there are three types. First one is noun clause. Noun clause means it is also a clause but it functions as a noun. So as it functions as a noun, it is being called as a noun clause. So regarding noun clause we have discussed some examples. Yes, okay, right, have you all understood this? Okay, if everything is okay, we are going to discuss about rest of things. Right, how many of you have understood today's class? Please put comment as, and tomorrow its continuation will be, tomorrow we are going to discuss about the adverbial clauses, because adverbial and adjectival clauses are adjective clauses and adverb clauses are very somewhat lengthy topics. So we are going to have 2 more days regarding all these things. Okay. Yes, okay, Joyce, who is Joyce? I did not get, till now I did not get idea. Joyce? Yeah. Okay. Right, okay. Right, we'll have the same live session at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Right, I'm requesting you. It's not request. I'm suggesting you to join the classes regularly. If you join regularly, you will learn more and more things. So as a result, you will be very strong and stubborn personality. So you may become such a strong and stubborn personality in terms of English language, right? So that is what. And one more thing, still there are a lot of students, those who have enthusiasm to learn English language, but I think they did not come to know this point. So please let them know that. Please make them to join the classes. So these are productive classes, as you people are enjoying as well as learning. Let someone learn, right? Okay, so may I wind it up, right? So see you all in our next live session. See you all in my next live session. So tomorrow, my next live session will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. So join and make someone join. Okay, right. Yes, okay, Dhanush. Okay, right. See you all tomorrow. Signing off, Mr. Behara.